Dear students, welcome to Basic Science class. Do you remember the points that we have studied earlier? Onam celebrations will steal all of your studies, am I right? I hope all of you celebrate Onam in a good way. Okay, let's have a look into our topic that we have studied earlier. Okay, we studied that there are different forms of energy like solar energy, light energy, electric energy, potential energy, etc. We understand from the previous class that most of the energy forms and fuels are derived from solar energy. The fossil fuels are also store energy of sun. Plants can convert the solar energy into chemical energy through the process of photosynthesis. Energy can be transformed or changed from one form to another. That is, electric energy can be transformed to light energy. We are using it in the bulb, electric bulbs, isn't it? In an electric bulb, electric energy is transformed to light energy. By using energy, we can change the states of matter. That is, water can be changed to steam by absorbing heat energy. In the previous class, we studied about the cyclic process of change of state of water. That is, water by absorbing heat changes to steam. Then by releasing heat, steam changes to water. Again releasing heat, water changes to ice cubes. By absorbing heat, ice cubes changes to water again. Thus it is a cyclic process, starting from water, then steam changes to water, then again it is lower in temperature, it will be changes to ice cubes and then return to water again. Okay, next is the time for our first activity. Through this first activity, let us remember the points that we have studied earlier. Okay, activity number 1. What are the energy changes associated with an incubator? That is, dash energy give rise to dash energy plus dash energy. Okay, the second question, which energy form is used in incubator? Two energy forms are produced. Among the two energy forms, which energy is used? Okay, this is the first activity. We have discussed about the changes happen to water when it absorbs heat energy, isn't it? Now let's observe the change when some sugar is heated, or we are giving heat energy to some sugar taken in a vessel. Did you hear about the caramelization of sugar during cake formation? When we make cakes, we caramelize sugar. That means sugar is taken in a vessel and continuously heat. By absorbing heat, what will happen to the sugar? Firstly, sugar absorbs heat energy. Then it melts. At last, it will turn to black colored object. Is this a new object or new substance? Is it have any similarity with sugar? Similarity or resemblance with sugar? No. What will be its taste? Do you know? Is it taste like sugar? Never. Right. It is not at all sugar-like. It's a new substance. It have no similarity with sugar. Its color, taste, everything is changed. Right? Then this type of change produces new product. And the new product does not have any similarity with old substance, that is sugar. This type of changes are called chemical change. Sugar absorb heat and turn to carbon or kari. Right. Chemical changes are irreversible. That is, this black precipitate never gives rise to sugar in any way. Isn't it? It cannot return back sugar. This change is permanent and it gives to a new product. Whereas, consider the case of water turns to water vapor. This change is not a permanent one. That is, water vapor when cooled give rise to water again. So it's a temporary change. No new products are formed. This type of temporary changes are called physical change. In physical change, the physical properties such as its state, shape, or size are changed. So, let's write the definitions for physical and chemical change given in our textbook. It's given in the textbook page number 26 and 27 in boxes. Okay, this is the activity number 3. Activity number 3. The first question is, what is physical change and give examples? And the second one is, what is chemical change and give examples? Okay. Now we can understand that in a physical change, no new products are formed. The physical properties like shape, size, or state of the substance are changed. And physical change is reversible. It's a temporary one. Okay. Now the characters of a physical change is no new products are formed. Physical properties are changing. Physical change is reversible. It's a temporary change. The other type of change is chemical change. It's a permanent change. So it is irreversible. New products are formed which are entirely different from the former substance. Okay, the properties of chemical change are, it's a permanent one, it is irreversible, new products are formed which are entirely different from the former substance. Okay. Now the activity number 4 is here. There are a list of changes that can be classified into chemical change or physical change. The first one is curding of milk. The second one is breaking of a glass. Third one is rusting of iron pipes. And the fourth one is burning of a paper. Fifth one is melting of wax. And the sixth one, making statues using clay. Seventh one, melting of ice. Eighth one, fermentation of leaven used for dosha, idli, etc. Ninth one, coconut has hardened or thickened during winter season. 10th one is melting of ghee. So you have to classify the given changes into two groups. That is, first one is physical change and the second one is chemical change. This is the activity number 4. Okay. So this is enough for today. Do the homeworks regularly. Rest in the next class. Okay.